welcome to Pioneer Prosperity Movement. Welcome to another epic episode of today is our 185th episode,
Yeah.
and the topic today is like we chose really carefully. Whatever topics we choose, we really choose really carefully for you to get maximum education, and also every time we reiterate about the types of income and things which you must know, no matter where you are or what type of income you are earning. This is for everyone to know where you stand at to start with. And this is our 185th episode.
Non-stop continuous
Yes,
Sunday
Sunday
business live
live
episode for the past more than 3 years.
more than 3 years.
Amazing.
Happy Australia Day to everyone. Let's go to the topic straight away.
Yeah. So in that case, today's topic is going to be a big topic. So, and moreover, have you watched the last week's episode? The reason because 184th episode.
In
The
two parts, isn't
did
it?
we did in two parts, Monday and as a Sunday and as well as on Tuesday. We did it. If you haven't watched, it's time to go on because how and what it takes to achieve financial freedom. We have unpacked so much of information. You can go back and watch it in what is called as
YouTube.
YouTube, Maddie and Sudha.
Pioneer Prosperity Movement. That's
So
our YouTube. You can watch
YouTube
also
channel.
the previous videos,
Yes,
which
but moreover, focus on this particular episode, the last one, in two parts, how and what it takes to achieve financial freedom. And then, of course, you can look into the different episodes, the different live episodes, the videos which we have done earlier to get more education towards what we are doing and how we can help you and how we all can succeed together. And moreover, today's topic is definitely, if you are living in Australia or anywhere around the globe, the debt is becoming a new normal. Even if you're going to buy a car, even if you're going to buy anything outside, or even if you're going to buy a house, we must seek for a bank. We must go into debt. That becomes a new normal. It means people have been so much educated wrongly and conditioned and programmed to buy stuffs even though they are not affordable now. With the easy payment easy payment program or whatever, so
repayments
installments,
option.
repayment options, and get a debt, get a mortgage, get a loan, 8.5%, 12.5%, or 21% credit card, or 2% or 3% or 4% or even 7% mortgage loan. That becomes a new normal. Likewise, so many of the people, including you, including we were, ended up in being debt, in buying either an asset or liability for not be for we are what we are not affordable to buy now, and that becomes a new normal. And those who are buying the house with a mortgage, those who are buying a car with a loan, have been so much congratulated and greeted. That also becomes another normal. I don't know how far the people are congratulating and greeting each other. If you are buying the house or a car which you are not affordable with, but you are buying with a loan or with a debt. And what's the point of people are greeting it? That I can't understand that. And that's how much we have been so much condition programmed to. This might trigger you. You might deny what we are going to share it, but this is what you must know, and this is what they are hiding it from you. Because if you know this part of financial literacy, eventually you'll be in a better position to buy anything outright. Yes, what we mean to say is to buy anything outright without relying on the bank. So let's unpack it straight away. Okay, so in saying that, yes, Ashir, okay, I can see you there. So in that case, first and foremost, of course, Robert Kiyosaki beautifully mentions that here good debt and bad debt. And with regards to this, I have clearly mentioned in one of my previous social media live episode. There is nothing. Of course, there is a good debt and bad debt. At the same point of time, if since because they doesn't want you to know with the financial literacy, all the good debt even becomes a bad debt. Since because of the lack of financial literacy, all the good debt even becomes a bad debt. What it means? Good debt is normally nothing but getting a loan to buy an asset That's what is good debt. People are thinking in common. Bad debt is getting a loan to buy a liability which depreciates in value, like a car loan or anything, any other Gucci bag,
Materialistic
any materialistic stuff,
possessions. Yeah.
possessions. That's what is bad debt. But again, because of the lack of financial literacy, there is a greater danger and risk where even a good debt, which you bought it to buy a house, your own house with a mortgage, or to buy an investment property, also becomes a bad debt. How? Because this one, most of the financial advisors or economic gurus, they don't unpack it. Now, say for example, you are buying okay, $400,000, $400,000 property in Australia or anywhere around the country, around the world. Okay, and you ended up with a mortgage of 4% or 6% interest, whatever it is, which is affordable enough for your serviceability based on linear income. You are going to unpack what is the kind of income called as linear income. Okay, this is what my serviceability is. This is what I can afford to pay the mortgage, and you're
Mm.
buying that. Beautiful. But what happens down the line? Okay, you are paying some sort of down payment,
Mm.
upfront payment,
Yeah.
and you're buying the property or you're buying the mortgage. Oh, this is my first home because the government is providing a $10,000 if you're buying a first home, blah 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 blah. We did that, all those kind of things, isn't it?
Yeah, we did the same.
So 7 8 years before, am I right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. We didn't educate ourselves enough
Hmm.
before getting into
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, so we bought a new first home actually, and we got a $10,000 as well. Wow, that's amazing. It was a beautiful 623 square meter house with a 55 square house, blah blah blah. So likewise, yeah, it's all good. But what happens after that is nothing. Once after we, it took near around 6 months time to build a house, and once we built a house in 2 months time, the financial advisors advised that, oh, your house loan has gone, house value has got increased. Do you want to refinance? Wow, you can refinance, you can pay means get the finance amount. You can interest for anything. You can go for a vacation. You can go for buy some materialistic things. Even you can go for landscaping, blah 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 blah. So the house values increase, blah blah blah, they said. We did that. And likewise, many people get the refinance in a set different reasons,
Mm.
for different reasons. First and foremost, if someone says to you to buy a property just relying on your linear income, that itself, that's a trap. You may deny this, but this is what you must know. If someone says, if any of the, first and foremost, you should not listen to the financial advices from the bank. That's a fact, uncomfortable fact and truth. The reason because they always calculate the serviceability based on your one or multiple source of linear income, but they don't advise you the other way of making income to make you to be financially free. The reason because just want to provide you the debt. Why they want to provide you the debt? Like you, there are so many people are putting a money in the bank. You must understand this. This is a very more important, so much important thing. You are putting money in the bank in terms of saving. The most important thing is, if the bank keeps the money, it's a risk for the bank, because money is getting devalued every single year 3.3%. So what the bank does is nothing but they do not want to keep your money, rather they lend your money to you or to someone else, and by means of that, they don't itself lend the money, but also they scale the money. By means of that, they make the money into 10 times. Do you know this? Okay, it's called as fractional, I forgot the exact term of it. Actually, it's called as fractional lending. Fractional lending, yeah, it's fractional lending. They do not want to keep the money, because when they keep the money is getting rusted. Why? Because there is a devalue, the money is getting devalued, because there is no value here. The reason again, because since 1971 there is no gold standard. Oh, it's so boring topic, isn't it, for you? Yes, it is so boring topic which the schools don't teach you. And this is the boring topic because you are not focusing on this boring topic. That is why you are getting into debt without creating in wealth. and you're good simply blindly going and following the what a financial guru says, who is working for the money for a linear income and getting into debt. So if you are really determined to go from debt to wealth, this is what you must know, which you don't know, what they don't educate to you. So now getting back to the discussion again, information again, the insight again, they do not want to keep your money because the money is getting devalued. What is the point? So they lend the money either to you or to someone else. When they lend the money, they get back in interest as well. Likewise, they, if you are saving, say for example, if you're saving $10 in a bank, the bank is having the capacity and potential to make it to $100, 10x minimum. And now your money is getting 10x by the bank, and you are going to the same bank, and the bank is making what kind of income from your money? You are saving your linear income, so called hard earned money in the bank, linear income. But from your income, the bank is making into 10 times, which is nothing called as leveraged income. Nobody teaches you this. And the bank is offering a fractional lending to you and to others. Getting it? Oh, there's a housefly here, which is really going around. So, this is what you must know. So, the bank is telling you to go with the serviceability according to your linear income, but they are multiplying your savings into 10 times where they are making a leverage income. So, and who is going in debt?
It's the
It's,
customers, yeah.
it's you. You are going in debt, whereas a bank is making money out of your money, which you put $10, they're making it $100. And once after getting a good debt, you don't stop there. The bank will come and say you can buy this
Yeah.
investment property, you can buy that one, you can buy this one. So likewise, you go for the refinancing options to consolidate your debt. So that is where the good debt becomes bad debt. Even if you are investing into the property, investment property, relying on your linear income, one or multiple source of linear income, that good debt becomes a bad debt. We are just connecting the lack of financial literacy, where you're getting trapped with the debt, to the lack of knowledge about the type of income that you are making. You are making linear income by working hard for money with a time is money concept, with one or multiple streams of income, either through a small business or a job or self employment, and you're working for ridiculous long hours, and then you're doing a Uber Eats, real estate agency, blah blah blah, Uber Drive, and all the other things that you're doing by working hard for money with so much of limited money mindset concept, and you're making a linear income. You're going and putting in the bank, and the bank is telling you blah 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 blah. See how far you are getting into further and further more debt trap. That is how 97% of the people, including the doctors, including the engineers, including the white collar and blue collar people, are getting into the debt trap. So, in that case, if you don't have this kind of basic financial literacy, all the good debt becomes a bad debt, even though you are going to use that refinancing money into the investment property by relying only on your linear income. That's it. This is a very basic information we have simplified to unpack to you, to make you to understand where you are trapped and why you are trapped. Because without knowing where you are trapped, without knowing why you are trapped, even though we provide a solution towards creating a true wealth, which will not sound good to you, you can't see the opportunity without knowing where you are trapped and why you are trapped. This is what the basic information that you must know. Yeah, want to add anything to that?
Yeah, it's same like, we have the solution, also about the how to make a leveraged income. What is that? Even is there even the other type of income exists? So all that we want to educate you is very much similar, like we have the solution, but if you are not knowing why I need solution, do I have a problem? So that's what we want to
Hmm.
make you aware, that a treatment is available, but you are in denial of the diagnosis of the disease you have, then
Mm.
it's not going to, you think, what is the treatment for? You wouldn't take the treatment as it is,
And you will
because you
focus on
are,
the symptomatic treatment.
and you are literally denying the disease itself. So that's
Mm.
just a metaphor for you to understand. When you don't know where you're trapped, especially in the name of debt. Sometimes I was just thinking about why we don't even consider debt as a debt anymore, is a reason because they've also removed that word. They use loan, they use mortgage, those different
Easy
fancy
payment.
words, so that it doesn't hit you in your brain to stop to go for it. When you say debt, you feel a little bit, oh, I'm not going into debt. But this is all now very fancy: mortgage
Mm.
and
Mm.
refinancing, and loans and things like that. Borrowing power is increased,
Yes, yes, yes,
means
true. Mm.
borrowing power is increased. That's what they say, as if you got some award, means you are ready to go into more debt.
And
That's what
moreover,
it's all more fancy
yeah,
to make you to go ahead into bad debt.
exactly. And moreover, you may or may not know about Myron. Myron is a multi-millionaire. He beautifully mentioned this. There are three group of people, and why the poor and middle class stay where they are, whereas the wealthy people becoming wealthy furthermore. The reason because the poor class people earn money by working for money with the time is money concept, just enough to pay the bills. That's a poor class people. And they always say money doesn't bring happiness. This is what our life is. I must be happy with what I have, blah, 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 blah. Whereas the middle class people is the most important thing where most of the majority of the people are stuck with. So the middle class people work hard for money, even worse than the poor class people. Work hard for money. Those doctors, engineers, everyone
All
falls into the category. All
professionals, yeah, all
professionals and
in anything,
everyone
yeah.
self-employed, small business owners all fall into this category. They work hard for money with the time is money concept and with the belief of working hard for money is the only way. They earn money, they earn a linear income, not only to pay bills but also to maintain the credit score. Oh, I must maintain the credit score, then only I'll be in a better position to go
Go
for
to
another loan.
another debt.
That's how much people have been conditioned to normalize debt. I must buy a house. I just migrated to the Australia in 1 or 2 years. How 2 years after getting a PR, I must buy a home because it's a first home buying. Blah blah blah. Because everyone is doing it. My neighbor is doing. My colleague is doing it. My mom and dad told me like that. I must. So
I need to take care of my credit score. Or is there going to be a credit check? Then it's alarming,
so
because it's so much worried about keeping the credit scores and also getting into debt.
likewise they get into the mortgage. That comes from a other language. Mort means trap. That's it. Mortgage, death trap, cage. So likewise, they get for another 30 to 40 years and thinking that's a good debt. And one more other thing, that's the next thing that we are going to unpack here. If you take any of the wealthy people around the world, any of the top wealthy people around the world, what the wealthy must do, what the wealthy will do. If you take any of the wealthy people around the world, they buy the house either outright, get it? But if they're buying the house with the mortgage or with a loan, they don't stay in the same house. Keep it in mind. Whereas we have been so much conditioned, instead of paying the rent, why can't you pay the mortgage? That's how we have been so much conditioned. And people are thinking that, oh, instead of paying the rent to the other people, why can't I go and buy the house with your mortgage? It could be the same or it will be more than that. I don't mind chasing behind money by working hard for money without being with my family. I don't mind doing that for another 30 years. Yeah, you say that family is important, but at the same point of time, you are ready to sacrifice your family time. You're ready to sacrifice your family to chase behind the money just to pay enough for the mortgage. That's how the middle class people have been so much wrongly educated and what to say, directed in a wrong way. That's because of the lack of financial literacy, because the schools and the universities and the society don't teach you the finance. You may be asking why you're talking all these things which I can't understand. You, I don't accept that because blah blah blah. That is what is making you to stay trapped where you are. The debt trap. Without unpacking this, without knowing this, as she's mentioned, you'll be in the same trap. You'll end up in getting more and more and more and more and more debts, because the money that you're working hard for is getting devalued every single year, 3.3%, and on average from 1971. Why I'm saying 1971 particularly? Because that is when the gold standard has been removed. And you're working hard for the money, which is the money is getting devalued for 3.3% for the increment of 2.3%. If you get it. And the cost of living in the last 4 years went up to 17%. And on top of it, you're working for the fiat money where the money is getting printed every single day. And that is why the inflation is. And the worst case in Australia, that is 6.8% in this year. There you go. So you're still thinking money is limited. Money is not unlimited. And you're still thinking you must work hard for the money where the money is getting printed, which is a fiat money. And you're still relying on the linear income, and you're saving money. Oh, I must save the money. I don't mind lavishly spending my time because the time is taking it for granted without being with my family. I'm ready to work for 16 hours, 18 hours, 24 hours a day. I don't mind, being away from my family. It could hit harsh to you, but that's a fact. I'm talking to the people who are working for 16, 18 hours, not even seeing their kids, not even seeing their partners or the wife or the husband. That much we have been conditioned to. I must pay this. That's how the middle class people have been so much trapped to. That is no way. If you're going to do the same way for another 30, 40 years, all through your life, you will be trapped. So no wealthy people will stay in the same house what they are mortgaged or loaned with. They rent. And also, next, one other important thing. So in that case, okay, before going to one other important thing, you must understand, no wealthy people became rich because of only real estate. They may get some sort of financial success here and there. That wealthy people who became rich with the real estate became rich because of their leverage income, not because of the linear income. That is the most important thing. You may compare with, oh, Grant Cardone is the one, other thing, other one. You can bring so many people. But what is their base of income? What is the type of income they made? That's the most important thing. You are trying to build up your investment portfolio based on your linear income. But the wealthy people who became rich with the investment property built their portfolio, their net worth, and became wealthy with the real estate based on the leverage income. So much of vast difference. 97% of people are here. There's a 3% of people who are becoming wealthy because of the real estate, are becoming wealthy because of the leverage income. Nobody tells you this. So now you must find a way. That's where we are heading to. You must find a way which type of income. You must find, first of all, which type of income you are making. Are you making linear income and getting trapped where you are by saying time is money, or are you making a leverage income? Do you have any idea about it? So I think she's the expert. You can very well explain about the leverage and linear income, how
To
it's beneficial.
to know this a type of different type of another income, which is leveraged income, first you must know where you are at.
Mm.
So most of them who are in a job 9 to 5, or 10 to 6, or a 7 to 3 shift workers,
Overtime.
or even self-employed. You say you have a business, a small business owners. You have something to go on. You're working and also handling a small business. Still all comes under the linear income, where your time your time or your physical presence, your active presence is much needed. Like if you are in a job, you are expected to be 9 to 5 in a certain place, and at that time, in exchange of your time, you get paid. That is linear income.
Mm.
So most of the jobs, like almost all of the jobs, and also a self-employed or small business owner, everywhere you give your time and you get paid accordingly, an income which is linear income. That's the simplest way I could give you. So what's this other type of income, which is leveraged income, which most of them don't know that there is another income exists. So this is for them also. This leveraged income is totally independent of time. Okay, there is no a time factor involved. There are systems in place, so it takes away the physical presence of you. So there is
Mm.
also location
Mm.
factor is also not there. So you can be anywhere, but the system is still running. Also, there is no time factor or your physical presence should be there. So it can be 24/7 because the system runs. So it's
Mm.
not you physically being there like a small
Mm.
business
Mm.
or a self-employed any business. So this is it doesn't require physical presence. So location independence, so we leverage that, and also systems in place which could run for 24/7 because most of the things are globally, the
Mm.
systems are
Mm.
running throughout
Mm.
global reach.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
So it means when you could be sleeping here, you're still the system is running on the other side of the world, which is awake. So it's irrespective of time and independent of time and also location.
Mm.
So we use the systems in place, and also it is automated. Okay, the systems are automated, so that's why there is we leverage the systems and there is no time factor involved. So completely it's a leveraged income irrespective of your presence and time.
How beautifully she explained. That's it. It might not go deep into you at the moment, because what we are speaking to you is could be a French and Latin to you. It was to us too. But the guarantee here is, if you stay making only the linear income with the time is money concept, with saying work you must work hard for money, money is not easy to make, and money is not going to bring happiness kind of beliefs that you have, the guarantee there is all through the life it gets worse and worse. So that is the fact. Rather, by understanding this concept what she has just explained, and by coming with the open mindedness to learn how to make leverage income rather than staying stuck and trapped with the linear income, that is where you step into the path of creating a true wealth, a true financial freedom, including the time freedom, because financial freedom without time freedom is worthless. Time freedom without financial freedom is pointless. Yeah, getting it? So now, when you're, we are here to talk to the people who are ready to come with the open mindedness. If you are not ready, you can simply cut it here, go back, and be there where you are. But the guarantee, as I said, lifelong, it will be the same. Whereas if you open mindedly, oh my God, Maddie, that's enough. I made so much of terrible financial mistakes in my life because of lack of financial literacy. I accepted that. And followed by that, our life started changing now. We are living with the kind of time freedom and location freedom, and also creating the true wealth with the living with complete freedom and flexibility which you haven't had so far. Yes, from that point of view, from the whatever the wisdom and the insight that we got it from the last 4 years through our business, through the people who we are networking globally, from the millionaires and billionaires who are making the money work hard for them instead of you working hard for the money. Since we are learning from them, we are here open-mindedly and dedicatedly coming forward to talk and share the insights and the wisdom what we have gathered by investing on ourselves, the money and the time. We are providing it to you freely. You know why? As a parent, we took the complete ownership and responsibility. The reason because You haven't seen this life following the leverage income, which comes with freedom and flexibility. That is why we have taken the complete ownership and responsibility dedicatively to make people to be financially free. Who is open-minded? Who is ready to change as a 3%? So in saying that money is easy to make, money is so simple to make. Once you become open-minded to take the calculated risk, that's a very important thing, to take a calculated risk, and also being open-minded to be and act as a wealthy people rather than being as a broke, average, mediocre people. Because being an average, broke, mediocre people, I must protect the money. Money is so limited. Money is not easy to make. Money doesn't bring happiness. All those are the beliefs that you have, that you're stuck with, is going to make you to be close-minded with a fixed mindset. Oh, the wealthy people are so greedy, blah 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 blah. That is how 97% of people have been so much indoctrinated and conditioned to connect money with greediness. I don't want to be greedy. Why you want to be greedy? Who invented, who related this? Because they made you to think that way. If you are thinking about too much of money, you are greedy. That could be right before 1971. But now, when they are making unlimited money, still you have the same concept which has been injected into you right from your parents and their parents. It's a kind of generational curse. And you're still sitting, I must work hard for money. Money is not easy to make. Time is money. No, time is life. When you say time is money, you still couldn't understand the valuable asset which is your time. The time once lost is lost, but the money once lost you can earn back, which is because money is unlimited. And the money is easy to make, simple to make, as long as you're open-minded to be as a 3%. To become the 3%, you must be open-minded to do what the 97% are not doing. That is what the wealthy do. Just copy them, just mimic them to achieve the financial freedom. And also last week we have unpacked in the two parts what it takes. You must go and watch it,
Last week's episode.
because you must understand financial freedom is not just by the money alone. That is why we have unpacked so many things, what it takes to achieve financial freedom. You must go back and watch it, because I got a comment here. I don't think money making money is that easy. Also investment is expensive. Yes, they made you to believe money is not easy to make, but the fact is money is easy to make
And also, I
by making the money to work hard for you. How? We are here to tell you. Yeah.
yeah,
And also
and expensive is a
the
word
word comes from
comes from
I can't afford it.
expensive in relation to what or in compared to what?
What? Yeah.
Expensive.
In compared to what? Talk about this.
Yeah.
If you say the investment is expensive, beautiful. Are you seeing the investment is expensive compared to what? What is nothing but the lifetime cost of staying stuck where you are. Tell me which is expensive. Now compare with to what? It means are you, when you compare to the lifetime cost of staying stuck where you are for another 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, by staying broke. Yes, yes, if you are relying on the paycheck, if you are relying for the next income always, and if you can't say, without income, if you can't live for another 3 years, it means you are not wealthy. You are just depending on the money. I'm not saying money is not important. So in that case, that's a broke. Yeah,
Broke mindset.
broke mindset,
Average mindset.
average mindset. So the top, coming to the concept here, as she mentioned, what do you say? Yeah, the lifetime cost. So when you're saying investment is expensive, yes, investment is expensive because that is the one which is going to change your life. When you compare to the lifetime cost of where you are stuck with, tell me which is expensive. I will leave it to you. Tell me which is expensive compared to the investment price to the lifetime cost.
And also,
Yeah, one other thing, I'm going to stop there. When you be in where you are with the lifetime cost, it is not only going to impact you, you indirectly going to inject the same belief to your generations. And it's going to negatively impact them as well to stay stuck in where they are, irrespective of whatever they study. Because you injected the mindset of being there. Success is financial freedom is 80% mindset, only 20% is skill set. Whereas if you see yourself that you have the burning desire to change the trajectory of your life for your generations, you must take the complete ownership and radical responsibility to step away as a black sheep from the traditional norm, to break free and break through the blocks that you have with your open mindedness, and come forward and be resourceful, or finding to be resourceful instead of saying I can't afford it. That's what the broke people say. How can I afford it? How can I make it possible? Like a success mindset. Getting it? Yeah, you want to say something?
yeah, so when we talk about expensive and things like that, so I asked the question compared to what. And also another thing, uh, when we say expensive, what about the regrets?
Hmm.
Say after you think if something is expensive and then you just walked away, and then after 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, because there's no alternative, then you come to the same thing which you thought expensive at that stage, and come to the same thing, and will you think still expensive, or you will regret that why didn't I um, take this opportunity a while ago? 6 years I wasted, 2 years I wasted. So which is expensive, the regret or the investment? Which do you think is expensive?
So you can compare to two things now: the investment when compared to your lifetime cost, number one; the investment when compared to the regret in lifetime. Tell me which is expensive. If you investment is, if you still stay say investment is expensive and stay where you are, I'm telling you the guarantee is lifetime you're going to be staying stuck where you are, based on what they are trapping you there with the same depth. Not only same, it's going to get worse in years and year after, based on the drama that what they are creating. And you'll become the victim by being in the same area where you are, and it's going to get worse, and it's going to impact your kids too. That's a fact, that's a guarantee. Rather, instead of saying I can't afford it, if you just flip the game as a 3%, be do have mentality. Instead of 97% of people say with a have do be. I will have the money and they'll do and I'll become it. That is no way gonna become a make you the 3%. Whereas you must have a as a what the wealthy do, because as a topic, right? What the wealthy do. The wealthy, even though whether they have money or not, they understand the money is a tool. Money shouldn't be a deciding authority. Money is simply an energy. Money doesn't have the value. Money doesn't have the gold standard. Time is not money. Time is life. Money is easy to make. You should not work hard for money. You should make the money to work hard for you. That is what the wealthy people do. By being as a wealthy people, you must find yourself, how can I be resourceful? How can I get the opportunity, the help to make myself resourceful? Where I can find that? Whom I can approach? Who I can ask help for? It's not about getting a fish. Whom I can ask for to learn about fishing. That's a metaphor. Again, get it? So if you're open-minded that way to move from debt to wealth, from broke to become financially free, as how the wealthy people do. First and foremost, the wealthy people started with a leverage income to create a business asset. The wealthy people started with their debt to create a business asset to make a leverage income. And then they diversified it into real estate to become wealthy. No one became wealthy by real estate or investment property by just relying on the linear income. You know why? If you are just relying on the linear income to develop your net real estate portfolio, down the line after 40 years, when you're aged, when you're physically ill, still you will become broke. Whereas what the wealthy people does is they make a good debt to invest into the business asset, which creates a leverage income, the cash flow. That's a very important thing. It's not only the income, the cash flow. Many people are so much fantasized with the passive income. Passive income is not necessary. Passive cash flow is what is necessary. They focus on developing a portfolio to creating a leverage that is passive cash flow to get the money into their pocket. And then they diversify it furthermore into 10x into 100x into the real estate without relying on the bank. Because when you get into the bank, more and more you're getting into that trap. You're getting into more and more debt. You can't become wealthy at all. Even though you say good debt, but that good debt, in a fraction of a year, it becomes a bad debt, even in front of your eyes without your knowledge. So tell me now, where you want to get? Do you want to stay stuck in where you are, or do you want to be wealthy? If you're really open-minded towards it, and if you're really open-minded towards learning furthermore about the leverage income, because that's how we became open. That's how we changed our life, and changing our life, and also making other people to make use of this opportunity that we have. That what we learned with, we found a solution. We found a business tool which is helping 3 million people around the globe for the past 51 years. Like us, so many of them around the globe are living free with the freedom and flexibility as a present parent, because we prioritize the family first, not the money first. We prioritize our life first, and we found a business career to support it. 97% of people ditch their dreams, find a business or find a job, and they fit in their life, and they put their family time secondary. Whereas we made ourselves the priority. We made ourselves the family as a priority, the life as a priority, and we found a business opportunity which can provide us the leverage income for our dreamed, designed, with our own terms about the freedom, living with freedom and flexibility. Which life that you want to be living, want to prefer, and which is very well possible. I'm not talking about the affordability. Poor people, middle class people talk about it. I'm not talking about the affordability. I'm not talking about the possibility. So if you are ready to take that calculated risk, to learn furthermore with your open mindedness, to see the possibility of making you to move from debt to wealth, to become financially free, as a how the wealthy do, we are here to show you the way with the right business opportunity, which is successfully running for the past 51 years, with one-time investment for your lifetime business, which promotes your health, wealth, promotes your life as well, for generations, to create a generational wealth, to create a passive cash flow, passive willable generational wealth, willable, legally willing it to kids as well. We have the right business opportunity, which not only changing our life and also the people as well. If you're open towards it, and if you're here to make use the money rather than staying stuck where you are, and to find the opportunity where the possibility, let's talk about it. Drop below what they must drop below. Related to something, the topic.
Well,
Yeah, wealth. Drop below wealth. That's the topic today. To become wealthy. Drop below wealth. Here we are to guide. It's not only showing you the opportunity. If you are a good fit, because we are not here for everyone. We are here for you because that comes with any sort of financial freedom and flexibility comes with a responsibility. So if you are open-minded towards it, and if you are a good fit for us to help and mentor and train you all the way, because we are not only going to show and share the opportunity, at the same time, you should be mentored, you should be trained, you should be coached. Otherwise, you'll definitely fail. So we are here to give back what we are achieving to you too when you are committed towards learning open-mindedly. Because it's not only we making money, it's not only you making money, it's all we all making money and succeeding together. That's what the community that you are for, and we are achieving it. You can be in that too as a pioneer to prosper in your life to create the while creating the generational wealth. Opportunities are available. It is waiting for you. Freedom and flexibility of life is available and it is waiting for you. True wealth and true freedom is available and it is waiting for you. Only thing is, instead of staying where you are, you must come out, step out of your comfort zone open mindedly to tune into this to make a leverage income by changing your mindset, by changing you and learning to make the money to work hard for you, like how the bank does. That's a way to be wealthy. That's a way to be financially free. Drop below wealth. We are here to guide, mentor, and train you. Furthermore, live your life to the fullest.
we succeed together.
We succeed together.